Keith Abell here, shooting another quick blog post. In today's blog, I want to talk a little bit about all the noise out there online. Now, if you're like me, you're bombarded with advertisements online about making unlimited amounts of income. They ask us to dream, and they show us all these pictures of fancy cars and boats and multi-million-dollar mansions, airplanes. Now, that's all fine and good, but around here, people don't want to think about those things. It's so far out of the realm of possibility, it just becomes noise. And when you start talking about those things, they think you must have one of those get-rich-quick scams that you want them to invest in. I know, I thought the very same thing the first time I saw one of those videos. Now, like most people around here, I come from a middle-class working family. My dad worked for a big railroad. Eventually he worked his way up in the company into the purchasing department, and my mom, she was a bookkeeper. They worked really hard to give us a simple life that we really enjoyed. And yes, we got to take some nice vacations most years. We went camping on the weekends at one of the local state parks. For the most part, these were relatively inexpensive getaways compared to today's standards, and we really did enjoy them. Now, I learned early on the value of a dollar. I learned that it took hard work and time to get ahead. I worked my way personally through college, sometimes juggling 3 jobs while trying to study. And when I graduated from pharmacy school, I continued to work hard. I worked as many as 3 jobs at one point, as much as 70 to 80 hours per week. Doing that, I paid off my student loans. We got ourselves out of debt. We took nice vacations, and we even built the home of our dreams. Now, I worked really hard and long on one level, and I considered myself a success, but I was burning out really quickly. And then the economy changed. The Affordable Care Act began to kick in, causing drastic changes in the healthcare industry. Also, new pharmacy schools were popping up everywhere, all across the country. And the current schools were even doubling their class sizes. As a result of this, in 2011, 3 weeks before Christmas, I found myself unemployed. Now, fortunately, because we were debt-free, except for our house, and because we had built up an emergency fund of 3 months of living expenses, we were okay for a little while. Then after going 3 months, then 6, then 9 months without finding full-time employment, reality really hit. Even as a pharmacist, the jobs just didn't exist. That first year, we did survive on that emergency fund and some part-time temporary pharmacy jobs that I was able to get. But fortunately for me, I got to meet Dr. Wallach in the fall of 2012. Now, we sat down over coffee and talked about my situation. And he talked about what he did many years ago when he found himself in a similar spot. I spent the next couple of months really soul-searching. I had tried home-based business route before. I'd actually been in 13, 14 companies and never really had any success in the home-based business area. I looked at the reality of being 52 and having to spend a couple years to return to school to further my education just so I can compete with the younger graduates. But that's not something I really wanted to do. I really didn't want to take that time away, and I just knew there had to be something else out there. So I knew I had to think outside the box. I had to look at other areas. So I decided to look at Dr. Wallach and his ideas and started researching some of the more successful people in the industry and I decided to pursue it. I pursued it with the understanding, however, that it wasn't some get-rich-quick scam, as all the spam mail that you get always tries to portray the industry. I studied what the successful people in the industry really did, and look how long it really took them to reach that independence that they now enjoy. And I decided to follow their plan. So I'm following it's a 1, 3, 5, and 7 year plan. Now, it's not a get-rich-quick program. It's not following some type of formula where income's just gonna start coming in. It's actually following a steady, consistent plan of action, a little bit every day. And you know what? This little home-based business saved me from having to sell my dream home, the home that my wife and I designed and put our blood, sweat, and tears into building. I grew that income in a few months' time to cover my basic living expenses, and it provided us that cushion that we needed, that my family needed, to get through those tough times. Now my daughter, she's getting married in June, and this same home business is going to help me cover those expenses as well. Like I mentioned, it's a 1, 3, 5, and 7 year plan. It takes about a year to get a nice steady monthly income coming in. It takes about 3 years to build it up to the point that it matches your current income. It takes about 5 years to get that income up enough that most people are comfortable enough to go ahead and quit their jobs. And it takes about 7 years to reach that point of true financial independence, true time freedom, true freedom from having to work and deciding what you want to do. Yes, you can make those dreams come true. You can make those dream incomes that people show in all those videos. I've met the guys in this industry that do make those incomes. They really do exist. But for most of us, an extra $500 to $1,000 per month would really take a lot of pressure off things right now. So I encourage you, let's get together. Let's talk about what I'm doing. Let's see if it's a fit for you. Visit my website, aimhighenergy.com. That's aimhighenergy.com. Watch the video on there. There's a little short video on there about a friend of mine, Dave and Barb Pitcock. They were in bankruptcy situation, and they pulled themselves out of the bankruptcy, similar to what's happened with me in this home business, pulling us out to where we can save our house. So watch that video on there. There's going to be a short contact form after the video that you can fill out to get some more information. Or if you don't want to go online and fill that information out, call my voice response system. It's a toll-free number. It's 866-257-3105. That's 866-257-3105. I hope you get some value out of what I'll share with you. Certainly, I know most of us in this economy could stand to get an extra $500 to $1,000 per month income. Extra $500 to $1,000 right now in this economy is go a long way. I would love to talk with you about how that can be accomplished. It's very possible in this industry to make even more, but that's a place to start. We start with getting some of our basic expenses covered to kind of lighten the load a little bit, and then we take the business from there. Certainly for me, my goal is to replace my pharmacist salary, and I'm going to get there. So visit my website again. That's aimhighenergy.com, aimhighenergy.com. Fill out the contact form there, or call my voice response system, 866-257-3105. That's 866-257-3105. Either way that you contact me, I'll be getting in touch with you within a day or so after you call or after you visit that website. So look forward to talking to you in the near future.